I will show you the dunning run in SAP S/4HANA using Fiori. We are here on the Fiori Launchpad, and we will first create a new business partner via the application called Manage Business Partner Master Data. Select this one. Now click on Create, Organization, and then we need to enter some details. So first of all, we will choose the grouping, and also we will select here the role called FLCU00, FI customer. Next off, we will provide a name like that, some street and house information as well as the city, and a postal code, as well as a country. That's fine for now. We will click on OK. We are now forwarded here to the details screen, where we could of course complement the information. For now, the basic data is fine. We will navigate to the roles section. And over here we will navigate into the role. Now the screen looks quite the same still. However, we can now go here to the company code section, and then we can click on Create to create this business partner in a selective company code. We provide a company code, and then quite importantly we have here a section called Dunning Data. Let's click on this one. The system prompts us to this area over here, where we now need to fill our dunning procedure. So we select one. Of course, this must be created beforehand. We won't set a dunning block because this would prevent us from dunning this business partner. And we must select a dunning clerk. So please be aware that you must define those dunning clerks beforehand in the customizing. Let me quickly show this to you in the backend system. Here in the backend system, we go to SPRO, sub-reference IMG, and then under financial accounting, accounts receivable and accounts payable, customer accounts, master data, preparation for creating customer master data. We will go to this customizing step, define accounting clerks. And over here you must choose your company code and an ID for the accounting clerk, which is 2 characters and alphanumeric, as well as the name of the accounting clerk. And then you must assign an office user, which is your normal user that can be displayed via SU01 transaction. So please make sure to define your user as an accounting clerk beforehand. Let's go back to Fiori. Over here we could also insert the last date this business partner was done. However, this is normally set by the system automatically. The same also counts for the dunning level. Please be aware that one dunning procedure could have up to 9 dunning levels. We could also insert here the legal dunning procedure form date if necessary. For now this is fine. We will now click on Apply. Then we will insert here the payment term for the calculation of due dates. Click on Apply, and that's basically it. Now we can click on Create. We have still one more error message. We must define a reconciliation account for our company code. So this can happen. We go back here into our role. In the company code section, we will provide one reconciliation account, and then we can click on Apply again, and we can click on Create. And we can see the master data record was created. This is the number for the business partner. However, you should always check in the roles section what customer or vendor number is assigned. So we click here on the arrow, and then here on this one, we will go to the customer information. And over here we can see the number is deviating in our case. In your system, this could be the same number. However, you should always check the customer or vendor number, as we will work with this one. So I copied the number, and then we will create a customer invoice, for example via FB70 application. Over here we will select the transaction invoice and insert our customer number, and then we will set an invoicing date. So either we will now set one in the past so that the item will be due, or this could also be handled here via the payment section. I will show you in a second. We will insert an amount. That's basically it. Hit on enter. The system gives some warning messages, but this is fine. And now we can fill here our GL account, which is in this case a revenue account. The amount, for now we will set it as not tax relevant. And if we scroll down a bit and to the right, we will now insert controlling object, in this case a cost center, even though I would always advise you to take an order. But for now this is fine, it's just a test. And that's basically it. Now we can go to the payment section, and over here we can see that the baseline date for the calculation of net due dates is also set to the past. This is because of what I inserted in the basic data. However, also via the payment term, we could state that the customer must pay this item or that this item is overdue. For now this is fine. We will click on Post, and we can see the document was posted. Now next off, we will conduct a dunning run. Therefore we go back, and here in accounts receivable to the periodic activities, and there's the application called My Dunning Proposals. This is the new application for our dunning runs. We click on this one, and over here we can click on this arrow. Here we have a filter section, so we could filter for a company code and then hit on Go to display all of the dunning notices we already created in past. We can always select one of those and then set a dunning block so that this business partner is not done anymore. Or, quite importantly, we can click here on Create Dunning Proposal. And when I hit this one, this pop-up window occurs where we can click on Create. And now you can see this worked perfectly fine. Here we have our new Dunning Proposal because we created an item for this new business partner, which is overdue. You can also see the Dunning procedure over here. So in this case right now, the system would done every 2 weeks, meaning that if we have another overdue item and those 2 weeks are not passed, the system won't create a new Dunning level for this business partner, but will stay in the same one. Quite importantly now is we can hit here on one of those Dunning notices, and if we scroll out a bit of the screen, we can see the total of due items, and also we can see a preview notice. So we can click here on this PDF symbol, and then the system would display the form that will be sent to our business partner, so mostly to our customer. And this could also be downloaded. Let's scroll a bit into our application again. We can select here this button and choose lots of more columns to be displayed in our table. And we can also export the information to a flat file. Please be aware that if you change anything here in the table structure, this will be saved via this button over here. Whilst when we change our filters in this area, this will be saved via this button. So there are two different buttons. Also, you can see here that right now the information is displayed for my user. However, we can also click on this symbol over here and then choose the Dunning runs of other people in the system if necessary. Last but not least, we can select here an entry and then we can click on Send Dunning Notices. If we hit this one, then either we can send the Dunning Notices to a printer, or if configured, we can also send the Dunning Notices directly via mail. But this depends on your customizing. Okay, let's go out of this application. Also quite importantly is this one over here called Display Dunning History. Let's click on this one. Here we also have a filter bar, and then we can see all the Dunning Notices that were created in past. So we can then actually navigate into one of those via this button, and then we can display all the data relevant to the Dunning. So our account, the company code, the Dunning clerk and procedure, as well as the level and the total overdue value. And we can even see all the line items corresponding to this Dunning notice. And from here, we can even jump into the journal entry by clicking on it and then clicking on Manage Journal Entries or Manage Journal Entries New Version. Let's click on the latter one. And here the system will now display the journal entry data. Okay, this marks the end of the video. I hope you liked it. If so, then please subscribe to the channel and activate the bell. Also make sure to subscribe to my Patreon, where we have a community chat and where I post lots of informative blog posts about SAP. The link is in the bio of my channel. Thanks a lot and see you next time.